WVII Bangor.
From the Great North Woods to the Rock Mountain Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a man is arrested in Eddington after causing another standoff with police.
Plus, coastal residents are trying to recruit nurses as it works to reopen a badly needed nursing home.
And a look at some of the exciting events planned for New Year's Eve in Bangor.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. We'll have those stories coming up. But first, a check of the forecast. Looks like today will be just a mostly cloudy day, but boy, it's going to be warm for this time of year.
I'll take it. A continuance kind of the past few days.
You know, some New Year's Eves it's been below zero this year.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll have a problem. The rain might be another problem, though.
I can deal with some rain. Yeah. A raincoat instead of 15 layers.
Right.
Yeah. Devin Biggs has the forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We've made it to Friday. That aerial flood advisory because of that ice jam southwest of Lincoln continues to remain in effect until 1 p.m. as we head towards Friday. I will not be surprised to see that time change again, so it's almost appropriate to say until further notice is probably the best way to label this alert as we are watching that ice jam that continues to cause some trouble. However, though, today the picture is going to be like this. We're going to have some clouds today, and at least farther to the south, those clouds may break up for just a little while to give way to some sunshine. But otherwise, the picture looks a little bit like this. We do have clouds tracking off towards the north and east, and overall, today will be a decent day with just a mixture of clouds and sun. Ultimately, the clouds will win out overall. The winds will not be a huge deal at all, mainly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, maybe some more gusts further down toward the coastline and overseas, but on land, we are looking pretty good moving forward. And Futurecast here, there's those clearing spots from time to time, so we will see clouds. We might see some clearing of the skies, so sunshine will peek out from time to time, so keep them ready. But as we head towards Saturday morning, we'll be looking pretty good moving forward. So for today, mid-40s, mostly cloudy, that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, here we go, mid-30s on the way, mostly cloudy, that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, here we go, upper 40s, mostly cloudy with a slight chance for rain showers late. That south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And our early forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, warming up to the 40s today with a mostly cloudy sky with peaks of sunshine in areas. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you a little later on. Fire crews from several departments are at the scene of a fire in Medford at this hour. They've been working to snuff out flames inside a commercial building on the Medford Center Road. The original call for help came in just after 5 o'clock this morning. It's unclear what's burning, but Medford crews have called on other nearby towns to provide support with water tankers. We've also been told no injuries have been reported. We'll have more information as soon as it becomes available.
A man known to police for having incited multiple police standoffs is once again facing criminal charges, this time in connection with a standoff last night in Eddington. The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office say it started when they attempted to serve a domestic violence protection order for a 47-year-old, Thaddeus Wind, who they say had previously created police standoffs in both the summer of 2021 and 2022. At the time of the incident last night, Wind was on probation for firearms and domestic violence charges. The Sheriff's Office says after creating a standoff that lasted 4 hours, Wind was taken into police custody by their special response team. He was transported to the hospital for evaluation and is facing criminal charges for violation of a protection order and violation of probation. The incident remains under investigation and no other details will be released at this time.
Well, a toddler was killed in what police say is a homicide on the Mid-Coast. It's prompting new calls for change across the state. Police say the 3-year-old girl died on Christmas Day, and while the investigation is ongoing, some lawmakers are already pushing for better protections for vulnerable kids. Dan Loperiello breaks down the proposals and the latest in the case.
This quiet complex in the town of Edgecombe is still trying to comprehend the unthinkable.
It's been kind of hard to get to sleep since all this has happened.
George Moody lives just a few doors down from where state police say 3-year-old McKinsley Handrahan was killed on Christmas Day. And like so many, he just wants answers.
I hope they figure out what happened to that youngster, because nobody, young or old, deserves to end like that, and so quick and unexpected.
State police are not releasing how Handrahan died, only saying it was by homicide. They're also not saying who was at home at the time of her death.
It just shouldn't have happened, period.
We need to really put our whole effort into combating this issue. It's not something that should be tolerated or accepted.
State Senator Joe Baldacci has been following the staggering amount of child deaths seen in Maine over the past few years. And while a lot remains unknown about this latest killing, he's pushing for more protections.
It's very tragic. These children are defenseless, and the bureaucracy needs to respond in a humane, compassionate, and effective way.
Maine DHHS wouldn't comment on if Handrahan's family had interactions with Child Protective Services, but the system has been under scrutiny in recent years after multiple cases of children dying from abuse and neglect.
The caseworkers are very overworked. They are doing the best job they can do, but I think there needs to be independent oversight to see what we can do better and to see what obvious glitches happen in the system.
Do you hope that this next legislative session, some progress can be made?
I'm very hopeful.
Baldacci's proposal would create an independent inspector general's office to investigate child welfare complaints and cases, a step he believes would add better protections and hopefully prevent another child from losing their life.
These are defenseless children who need our help, and I think we can do a better job.
The legislation Senator Baldacci is proposing is expected to be taken up by the legislature next year. However, he doesn't expect it to get a public hearing until possibly March or April. As for the investigation into this young girl's murder, state police say they are still investigating, and so far, there's been no arrests.
The town of Newburgh is moving forward with plans to build a new fire station. Newburgh Town Manager Cynthia Grant says the town will receive $1 million through the recently passed omnibus spending bill. She says the new fire station is something that has been needed in the town for many years.
The town of Newburgh has been in need of a new fire station for quite a while. Our current fire station is in a very bad disrepair, has black mold in it. We had an engineering survey done a few years ago that didn't fare well at all.
Grant is hoping the construction of the new facility will be complete around July or August of 2023.
A residential home in Hancock County is making plans to reopen after closing over a year ago. The problem now, a nursing shortage. Devin Dagnall met with them to discuss how they are trying to move ahead.
Back in October of 2021, Island Nursing Home of Deer Isle closed its doors and relocated more than 50 residents because the home couldn't find enough qualified nurses during the pandemic. Now, they are trying to reopen in the summer of 2023 and are still facing the same problem.
We know that in Ellsworth, in one of the facilities there is a waiting list of 80 people to get a residential care. Wow. That's the type of we're really in a crisis situation in Maine regarding health care.
Skip Greenlaw is the treasurer of Island Nursing Home, and he says that due to the nursing crisis, the home had to make some changes to their model before they could even think about opening their doors. Some of those changes included reducing the number of residents in the home and switching it from a nursing care facility to a residential care one.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a painful decision you have to make, and the community on the island anyway, was very much opposed to us selling the bed rights because they know that there was a need for skilled nursing care.
Despite the challenges, the home's board of directors is still optimistic that they will be able to welcome residents by July 2023.
I hope that we'll send the application in on January 6th, and we expect to hear back quite quickly. They will give us some deadlines in terms of hiring administrators, hiring staff. Our goal is to open July 1st. If things come together, it may be that we can open sooner.
In Deer Isle, I'm Devin Dagnall for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Sugarloaf is moving ahead with big expansion plans. The Department of Environmental Protection approved a plan this week that will allow the ski area to add new trails and lots of new housing units. The expansion will take place on approximately 550 acres and will also include a new ski lift, base lodge, and a new network of hiking and biking trails. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the Maine Department of Transportation will still need to sign off on a plan. It could begin work on this project this winter if it wins final approval.
Big things happening at the Loaf.
I think very good news.
Yeah, they're going to be building lots of new condos, some duplexes so people can buy a house there.
I know there's a housing
thing.
shortage. I've had friends that work there seasonally, and it's really a struggle,
Really?
kind of like
Yeah.
Bar Harbor, really a struggle to find housing, especially if it's temporarily.
Be interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah. Well, the time is now 6:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear what the city of Bangor has planned to help ring in the new year.
But first, another check of your forecast. Looks like a gray day today. It will be mostly cloudy with highs near 46. Tomorrow, another pretty mild day, almost near 50. Another mostly cloudy day with a chance of rain later on. We'll hear more about that coming up, though.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
New Year's Eve magic is in the air with performances by Sierra, Dove Cameron, Duran Duran, Phineas, J-Ho, Wiz Khalifa, and so many more. Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest live on ABC.
Steve Harvey says my Aunt Agnes has the world's biggest what? Big underwear.
Does Steve text, swing, laugh?
One time she had her panties hanging on the line. I was swinging them.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC7.
Not every day we get to hang out with Jay Leno and Kevin. We got to do it.
Oh, that's Mr. Leno.
You bet your life.
You got lots of money.
Weekdays at 10 on ABC7.
This week on Wheel, watch the year end with enthusiasm.
Over the soul pack! Why are we yelling? Woo! Something's happening. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year!
Weekdays at 7 on ABC7.
Welcome back. Some potentially disappointing news for Belfast area residents. The New Year's by the Bay celebration has been canceled this year. Organizer Mary Mortier says that after a couple of years off due to COVID, she just doesn't have the will to keep the event going.
I've been doing this a long time, and I kind of lost some of my mojo. I devoted a lot of time and hours over many years, all volunteer hours, and when you lose that momentum for 2 years, you start to think about it in different ways.
Well, she's hoping that a new person or group will take over the event for the future. All is not lost, though. The Drum and Rabble Corps March is still planned for New Year's Eve. You can meet at the traffic light at Main and High Streets at 11:30 with your pots, pans, or drums, whatever can make noise. And at 11:50, everyone will march down to the harbor pier for a big bonfire to ring in the new year. So it sounds like a good time in Belfast anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Big thanks to Mary for holding the torch all these years.
Yeah.
Well, 2023 is just around the corner. The city of Bangor is hosting a number of events on New Year's Eve with hopes that people will choose the city as their destination to ring in the new year. Our Matthew Juronsik has more.
Making plans for New Year's Eve can sometimes be a hassle. But for the city of Bangor, it's set up this year so that everybody can have a blast. After a few years where celebrations in the city were not as big as anticipated, Downtown Bangor Partnerships Executive Director Betsy Lundy is ready to start the new year with a bang.
We're really excited for New Year's Eve this year after a couple quiet years downtown where people weren't sure in what way to celebrate or how to celebrate. I think the community is really excited to be getting back together again and having a big celebration.
The city and businesses are holding a variety of events that the community can attend, including the finale 5K race at the West Market Square, live music and drinks at Happy Endings Martini Bar, and even a live DJ at Carolina Sports and Spirits. You can even get in the spirit at Bangor Public Library.
We're going to have a dance workshop sponsored by the Thomas School of Dance. The Challenger Center is going to have a hands-on activity. The Jordan Planetarium, Sean Latch is coming over to do a hands-on activity. And the Children's Youth Department has all kinds of activities planned that will be stretched across the third floor.
If you're in more of an adventurous mood, the Maine Discovery Museum will be hosting a New Year's Eve party for the kids.
It's been a really long 3 years for all of us, so to be back into the swing of celebrating New Year's especially with a kid-friendly event, is really important to us.
People are just excited to be out celebrating the New Year's together in person.
Just to be able to go out and see people again and, enjoy the moment while we have it.
Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
And for those of you who are unable to drive following New Year celebrations and want their car towed to their house, Union Street Towing says they have your back. The company has been providing this service free of charge for more than a decade now for the Bangor and Brewer areas. Union Street Towing co-owner Sarah Baker says it's okay for people to go enjoy themselves on New Year's Eve, but remember to either drive back safely or to call them if you need them.
We just like to make sure that everybody has a fun and safe time and gets home safely on New Year's Eve.
Well, anyone who needs their car towed back to their property should call Union Street Towing at 942-4200 and should expect a wait time of about 30 or 45 minutes, so maybe plan ahead. Just don't drink and drive out there. Keep it safe.
Yeah, that's very generous of them.
It's awesome what they're doing there.
Absolutely. The time now is 6:16. After the break, we'll get a deep and in-depth glimpse at ice safety tips, thanks to advice from a Maine game warden.
Plus, the town of Castine seeking a food vendor to take over the empty spot down on the dock. We'll have the details on these stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop is now open in Newport. Our unique building is a converted 1800s single-family home that we've given a new life to. A home for treasures, from antiques, collectibles, unique gifts, and so much more. Come make the rounds throughout the many rooms on all 3 floors as you wander back in time or find a unique gift that's perfect for that special someone or that hard to buy for a relative. So come visit us today. Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop, 147 Main Street, Newport.
Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dark or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
Bring them on. If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. A place as spectacular as, well, me.
I think we might know a place, right, guys?
Bring your friends. Oh, wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA, 7A, every day. Boom, boom, boom.
Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Robin. Good morning, America. How are you?
Boom! Now that's how you start your day, people.
For anyone that's traveled to Castine in the summer, a stop at the Snack Shack on the town dock is a welcome ritual. Now, the town of Castine is looking for someone to take over the captain's catch. Town officials are looking for a new vendor to take over operations of that beloved lunch spot. The town has put this out to bid for the 2023 season. Officials say the lunch spot is not a revenue generator for the town. It would cost the vendor $4,000 a season to use the space on the dock.
We are simply looking for a quality vendor that could move into that facility and provide excellent service to both the residents of Castine and all guests and visitors that come and visit our town.
The request for proposals will be taken between now and February 14th. Contact the town hall in Castine for more information.
Well, colder temperatures mean Mainers get the green light to enjoy the frozen ponds and lakes in the state, but officials want to remind people to stay safe out there. David Ledford has the story.
Winter weather in Maine means it's time for ice fishing, or maybe some pond hockey or ice skating. But the Maine Warden Service says it's important to stay safe on the ice. According to Game Warden Joseph Bailey, you should check the depth of the ice with a chisel or a drill before you walk on it.
Everybody needs to be aware that that ice from one body of water that might be 10 inches on another body of water might be 1 or 2. We encourage everybody to check the ice before they venture out.
Herman Pond may be frozen solid, but thin sections of ice can still pose a threat. Bailey says that those heading out to enjoy winter activities on the ice should tell someone where they're going and when they will return, and to keep a communication device on them at all times. Bailey also recommends that people carry ice safety picks with them when they go out, which help a person to get a grip on the ice if they fall through. Some Mainers out enjoying the frozen waters also emphasize the importance of ice safety.
Definitely carry these things. They're spikes, so if you fall in, you can deploy them like that and drag yourself out. You should really be out here with a second person or even a third person.
Bailey says that if you end up falling through the ice, you should crawl away from the hole in the direction you came from, on the ice that has already been walked on. The website for the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife says that ice should be clear or blue and between 4 and 6 inches thick for recreational activities on foot, but that people should use their best judgment around ice. David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Just be careful out there. You know, I know people are going out on the ice right now. It scares the heck out of me. It just hasn't really been cold enough for me to get out there yet. But.
I've been seeing a lot of photos from western Maine and New Hampshire. Right now, there's definitely a big thaw, but who knows? I mean, thanks to the thaw, it could be better in a week, the ice conditions. So who knows? Just be careful.
Doesn't take long for it to turn around. Unfortunately, the next few days it's going to be really mild, too, so not a lot of freezing going on.
Buddy system's always a good plan.
Yeah.
Time now is 6:21.
Tie a big rope to your waist to a tree on shore.
That sounds unsafe, but that's a good. That's an option.
Now your forecast with Devin.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. This aerial flood advisory remains in effect just to the south and west of Lincoln until about 1 o'clock today. I will not be surprised to see that timing changed again. So pretty much until further notice is probably the best way to label this advisory. At this point, they're still dealing with an ice jam in this area that is causing some flooding in a few spots. However, though, we're looking pretty decent out there. Not too much clouds that are showing up on here, but we'll be watching for a mixture of clouds and sunshine. For the general idea today, it'll be mostly cloudy with some clearing of the skies further down toward the south and west, where high pressure is farther down toward the south. With this warm front lifting off toward the north, we'll see the clouds move away briefly in some spots. But however, again, mostly cloudy will be the general idea today, with breaks in the clouds with high pressure down toward the south. So again, have the sunglasses handy as you have the door. We're watching this system tracking off towards the east. That'll give us some chances for precipitation coming up soon. But in the short term, no futurecast again for most of the afternoon will be mostly cloudy. Breaks in the clouds expected from time to time. Any rain will stay further off toward the north. So overall, we will stay dry, but if you're traveling north, don't be surprised if you notice a few rain showers. Again, moving forward throughout the day on Saturday, we will be looking pretty good before everyone gets an opportunity for rain showers late Saturday night and the parts of Sunday, with some decent rainfall expected in a few areas. So here's the general idea. So the system's going to start moving in from the southwest, going from the north and east, with the rain now will be moving in pretty much Saturday night, and as we head towards Sunday, it'll be a quick mover because by Sunday into Monday, this will be moving out of here, and especially by Monday, we'll be looking pretty dry. So again, how much rain could we possibly see? Nothing too ridiculous on the way. We're talking about maybe an inch or an inch and a half in a few spots. So decent rainfall in spots, but further down to the south, maybe ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch will be possible. But again, moving forward, again, nothing too ridiculous at this point. Only 2-foot wave heights being noted according to some of the buoys. So courtesy of the calm winds, no advisories in effect along the coast at this time. Our average high is 30 degrees for this time of the year. Middle to upper 40s today, tomorrow, and even into your Sunday. Back in the lower 40s Monday. Warming back up into the mid-40s Tuesday. Lower 50s possibly by Wednesday. Then back in the mid-30s again as we head towards the Thursday. So your forecast for today looks a little bit like this. Mid-40s, mostly cloudy with that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. As we head towards tonight, mid-30s, mostly cloudy again. That south breeze getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, upper 40s, mostly cloudy. Slight chance for rain late. That south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And here's a look at your extended forecast. So slight chance for rain as we head towards Saturday. Better chances as we head towards Saturday night. And lastly through Sunday too, we'll have that chance for rain. Maybe late in the day as temperatures fall. We may see a little bit of snow mixing in late. But otherwise, so as we head towards Monday, we start to calm things down. Partly cloudy Monday, highs in the low 40s and mid-40s on Tuesday with a mostly cloudy sky.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrid, or fully electric. Brand new 2023 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Soul, Forte, and more. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or the affordable Sporty Forte with 41 mpg highway. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it. Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor is the best and only spot you should go to for your rug cleanings. Serving Maine for more than 70 years, we care about your rugs. Clean rugs last longer, and our family takes pride in being the professionals that you can trust. Our cleaning process consists of soaking your rug in a bath, shampooing, rinsing, and drying in a humidity-controlled dry room, making sure no detail is overlooked. Need a repair? We fully service every type of rug for you. Saliba's Rug Cleaners.
We care about your rugs.
We call this home. From the country to the mountains and to the sea, our seasons teach us humility. Our traditions endure, and always there is family. Through and through, we are Maine, and we thank you for shopping locally. Merry Christmas from our family to yours.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Residents of Western New York are going from shoveling snow to filling sandbags as it braces for a big meltdown that's expected to bring massive flooding. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
This morning, Americans from coast to coast are preparing to ring in the new year as severe storms bring heavy snow and drenching rain. This is crazy. Oh boy. Roads in Colorado reopened after a storm caused a stretch of I-70 to close for 9 hours, bringing drivers to a standstill.
There has been so many accidents and so many stuck vehicles that I-70 has now been shut down for almost 10 hours. There's been a few people that I think were in the tunnel that were a little worried about carbon monoxide, and they had their kind of doors propped up with like a towel in front of them.
And on the West Coast, an atmospheric river is set to disrupt New Year's travel as new winter storm watches and warnings are posted in Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and California. Meanwhile, in blizzard-ravaged western New York, the death toll continues to rise, with 39 deaths now confirmed in the area, and we're learning more about those who lost their lives, including Ladrice Curry, who died after having an asthma attack, the storm slowing rescuers who could not reach her in time.
I just want her to know that, I loved her, her son loved her, the whole family loved her.
And this morning, police in the town of Cheektowaga are looking for this man, who they're calling Merry Christmas Jay. Officers want to thank the man after he pulled people from cars and sheltered them in a nearby school. Heroic actions, they say, saved people's lives. Meanwhile, flooding is now the major concern in the Buffalo area.
With temperatures rising, the snow is starting to melt. Officials are clearing storm drains in anticipation of any flooding, and the state is on standby with 800,000 sandbags.
What a mess they're dealing with down there. It looks like it'll take days to clean it up, too. Moving on now, Southwest Airlines said it expects to return to normal operations today after more than a week of widespread flight cancellations. It started with last week's winter storm and spiraled out of control because of a breakdown with staffing technology. Those service problems are now believed to have left more than 1 million holiday travelers frustrated and stranded across the country. Many of them were left without their luggage. Southwest will refund tickets on thousands of canceled flights, and executives repeated a promise to reimburse travelers who were forced to pay for hotel rooms, meals, and flights on other airlines.
On Thursday, President Biden signed a $1.7 trillion spending package to fund the government into next fall. President Biden signed the package in St. Croix, where he is vacationing with his family. The White House received the bill from Congress on Wednesday, and it was transported to the Virgin Islands on Thursday. The House passed the measure last Friday, a day after the Senate approved it. The sprawling package includes funding for mental health, substance use disorder, crisis response services, as well as military and economic relief for Ukraine, and among many other things.
Some That money's coming to the state of Maine to help with projects here as well.
I know, various ways. Yeah, there's too much to say just in one
Yeah.
sentence. Well, still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll dig into the archives and have a recap of the major news stories around the state from July and August.
Plus, we'll get a quick glimpse of the nationwide business report. Those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
As we naturally age, many people are getting zero amount of this incredible and unique substance. That's when we start seeing an impact in our joints, skin, nails, and even our digestion.
People ask me, Dr. X, what is the #1 supplement I should be taking? My answer is multi-collagen protein.
People's reactions to me, people were like, what are you doing? What is going on? You look amazing. You have a glow about you.
What makes Ancient Nutrition Multi-Collagen stand out from other brands? 10 types of collagen. It's grass-fed, pasture-raised with vitamin C and probiotics. It's proven to reduce exercise-induced joint discomfort as early as day 1 and reduce joint discomfort rapidly, continuously, and persistently. It improves the appearance of crow's feet after 4 weeks and improves skin tone after 8 weeks. And it promotes hair thickness, growth, and a reduction in hair breakage.
It has transformed everything from my hair. Like, my hair was starting to kind of just, come out. And I don't have that anymore. My skin feels amazing.
Call the number on your screen and find out how to get a free bottle when you order, plus free shipping and our 30-day money-back guarantee. And as a bonus, we will include Dr. Josh Axe and Jordan Rubin's revolutionary book, Multi-Collagen Makeover, free with your order, plus free shipping and free returns.
I have implicit trust in Dr. Axe because the plan worked. I'm living proof of it.
This is the collagen protein that is backed by clinical studies. It's what my family uses, it's what I use, and I know you're going to benefit in a big way as well.
Love the results or get your money back. This special TV offer is not available in stores. Call the number on your screen or go online.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, today is Friday, December 30th, 2022, a day that's meant for saying see you next year to your coworkers. And it's also one of my favorite days, National Bacon Day.
You have a package of bacon that you've been meaning to use up.
I have a half a bag of bacon now.
Good.
Yeah. After the storm,
Progress.
some of the bacon in the fridge thawed out a little bit, so I had to cook it.
Right.
And so I've been forced to eat bacon just about every day this week.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
We could think of a whole list right now if you wanted to, of things we could do.
There's all kinds of things you could do. My dog Freddie enjoys it too.
Yes,
so
that's a good treat.
He's enjoyed some bacon.
That's a good treat. Yep. Well, on this day in history, in 1731, the first music concert was held in the United States at Peter Pelham's Great Room in Boston. And in 1924, astronomer Edwin Hubble formally announced the existence of other galactic systems at a meeting of the American Astronomical Society. And in 1934, the Bruins and the Rangers battled out a 0-0 tie, the first of a 37-game overtime undefeated streak for the Bruins, which was the longest in NHL history at the time. A streak that spanned over 4 years and included 27 ties.
Wow, never heard about that.
They used to be the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, for birthdays, we have basketball star LeBron James. He is 38 today. Golfer Tiger Woods is 47. And singer-songwriter and poet Patti Smith is 76 today. I love Patti Smith.
I do too.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
I saw a thing she did in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, an introduction kind of thing, and it made me look back at some of her old tunes.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, check back some of those old videos. They're really good.
Yeah,
So,
she has a long career.
Yep.
And she's always been busy. Well, I mean, as far as the weather goes, it's kind of lame.
yeah, it's kind of lame. It's just kind of blah, but
Right.
it could be worse. We could be dealing with below zero temperatures or a big storm. We
Good
could
point.
be dealing with what they're dealing with out west,
Right.
So we don't have a lot to complain about around here.
Yep, just kind of gray. Maybe some rain on
Yeah.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But Devin Biggs has the forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We've made it to Friday. That aerial flood advisory, because of that ice jam southwest of Lincoln, continues to remain in effect until 1 p.m. as we head towards Friday. I will not be surprised to see that time change again, so it's almost appropriate to say until further notice is probably the best way to label this alert, as we are watching that ice jam that continues to cause some trouble. However, though, today the picture is going to be like this. We're going to have some clouds today, and at least further to the south, those clouds may break out for just a little while to give way to some sunshine. But otherwise, the picture looks a little bit like this. We do have clouds tracking off towards the north and east, and overall, today will be a decent day with just a mixture of clouds and sun. Ultimately, the clouds will win out overall. The winds will not be a huge deal at all, mainly at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, maybe some more gusts further down toward the coastline and overseas, but on land, we are looking pretty good moving forward. And Futurecast here, there's those clearing spots from time to time, so we will see clouds. We might see some clearing of the skies, so sunshine will peek out from time to time, so keep them ready. But as we head towards Saturday morning, we'll be looking pretty good moving forward. So for today, mid-40s, mostly cloudy, that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Later on tonight, here we go, mid-30s on the way, mostly cloudy, that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, here we go, upper 40s, mostly cloudy with a slight chance for rain showers late. That south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And our early forecast for the rest of the afternoon period, warming up to the 40s today with a mostly cloudy sky with peaks of sunshine in areas. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
In our next installment of our year-end review, our Matthew Jaroncic takes a look at the biggest stories from July and August.
July 4th. Mainers celebrated for the first time in a long time in person since COVID-19, making this an extra special celebration.
One of the biggest impacts was the impact on a sense of community. I think we're coming back as a nation, and what a better place to do that than here in Bar Harbor.
A week later, the town of Orrington was devastated after a wildfire erupted along the riverbank at 62 Ferry Road.
Crews were able to knock it down, protect all the structures, but to actually get it extinguished, obviously you see we're still here 2 hours later.
We also saw PFAS hit Deer Isle Stonington schools, resulting in swift action taking place in the entire region.
At the Brooklyn school, we have in process, we're ordering a filter that we're going to install that will completely remediate the problem.
On July 13th, the lobster industry was shocked about the news that the federal government was limiting the industry even more, and voices were heard all up and down along the coast.
It makes zero sense to me, to my colleagues.
Also, officials in Maine made it easier to vote absentee at Bangor's BMV Center.
It brings efficiency and simplicity for the voter registration process, and it also helps with for the election officials.
As we head into August, members of Maine in Congress asked President Biden on August 1st to extend a moratorium on student loan payments.
For a lot of us, we think there should be more reform with the student loan program, but at this moment in time, we just don't want people to be forced back in on August 31st. The timing just does not seem right.
3 days later, Bangor held its annual state fair, which is always a summer destination. And who could have forgot the state of Maine celebrating its first ever Wild Blueberry Festival weekend declared by Governor Mills. Gas prices were also on everybody's minds, affecting vacation travel decisions, not to mention daily travel.
We've wanted to go, further away and do more stuff, but we kind of been picking and choosing one or two instead of maybe more traveling than we would have liked to do.
And for the first time, bird scooters came to Old Town.
People an opportunity to perhaps visit Old Town and try out the scooters because we were the first community to do so. It makes it a little easier for people to get in and around town.
And to wrap up the month of August, hundreds came out for the Walk to Support ALS campaign with special guest Governor Janet Mills.
Inspiration to all of us. There's been a lot of outreach with ALS, and they're trying to change that with the legislature and make ALS a known disease.
Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
It has been a busy year. That's just a snapshot of a couple of the months there.
I know, absolutely. Yeah. And when we return, Tyler Cruz and Ryan Sudol will have your latest with local sports.
Don't go away.
Hey, honey. Nice to finally meet you, Jack. I've heard a lot about you.
Great to meet you too, sir. I wish I'd known it was an ugly sweater party.
Oh. It's not.
This holiday season, everyone deserves a second chance. Enter your non-winning Maine lottery tickets into the Reindeer Run promotion for your chance to win big.
Oh, thank you so much.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in to get our best deals of the season. Get in and get away.
Get 0% APR plus bonus cash or sign and drive one home. Hurry, offers end January 3rd. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
For $0, she signed the car over for $0.
An ex trying to pull a fast one?
Why would you sign the car over?
I did not, Your Honor. Signed the car over to him for free. He stopped making payments because he got aggravated that I had filed for child support to help support our daughter.
And Dad will only pay for one or the other.
You left, you took the car.
And I was still making payments, Your Honor.
To whom?
Not to her for the car, but I was making payments for my child support, and then she didn't let me see my daughter.
Next, Judge Judy.
Friday at 5, only on ABC7. Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start on the hardwood here. Half the fun of high school basketball is playing in front of your home fans and student sections. Over in Sumner, they still have those crowds, but they're hopping on the bus for every single game, yet still powering through. Ryan Sudol has the story.
What if I were to tell you that the Sumner basketball program has a lot in common with one of the greatest basketball teams of all time? The Harlem Globetrotters have played 95 years without a true home, and that's the case for the Tigers, at least for this year.
It's a little sad, but it is what it is.
After moving into a new gym and school, issues with the building's sprinkler system have forced the Tigers to play every game outside of Sumner.
It's definitely been an added challenge for us, having 18 road games. But it just kind of builds into our whole philosophy is how you deal with adversity.
Sumner's only home games are 3 at Ellsworth High School. It's close to home, but nowhere near it.
I wish I got to play in it again this year. I was kind of hoping we'd stay in the old school.
Despite the obvious challenges, the team believes that not having a home will help them down the road.
I think it's going to help prepare us for hopefully a tournament run down the stretch. We're not used to playing at home, so it shouldn't bother us to go on the road anywhere.
I guess you can say we're kind of road warriors. We're not bothered by it. We're obviously taking W's.
And Sumner boys would take this W against Jonesport Beals. The girls got their first win of the year, too. Boys coach Dylan Harmon believes this is indicative of a huge turnaround.
We made quite a lot of progress along the way. We didn't win a ball game my first year, 5-13 last year. We're 3-1 right now, so I like the way we're headed.
But no matter where Sumner ends up, members of the Tiger faithful will always show up.
It's a proud community when it comes to athletics and sports, and they've wanted to see this program back contending for a long time. If we build it, they're going to come, and I know they want to see it just about as we all do.
Reporting for ABC 7 Fox 22, I'm Ryan Sudol.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Road Warriors is a great way to put it. They said bye to Clint Ritchie Gymnasium last year, and now this year, like we said, Road Warriors. Let's stay with some hoops now. We'll start at the college level here. Maine women's basketball back in action after a whole week off, and they're getting conference play started. So down to Smithfield, Rhode Island we go. Maine playing America East newcomer Bryant University. Second quarter here, J.C. Christopher gets the ball. She gets by her defender and gets to the hoop. Count the bucket and one. They're all pumped. Later on, it's the other freshman from Maine getting in on the action for Maine. Sarah Talon is going to go baseline, get by, and get to the bucket. It was a big second quarter for the Black Bears. Here's Adriana Smith in the post for 2 of her 19 points and 1 of her 13 boards on the day. Maine would go up 16 at the half, but Bryant would get back. Fourth quarter now. This 3-ball is going to make it a 10-point lead for Maine, but the Black Bears would hold on. Here is Talon again, getting to the hoop for 2 more. She had a game-high 21 points. Maine wins it 74-62. All right, to the Cross Center we go for some high school boys action. John Bapst hosting Waterville. We'll pick this up late in the third quarter. Waterville with the ball. Not anymore. Tristan Martin with the steal. He's going to go coast to coast and finish the lay-in. We're going to stay in the third quarter here with Waterville now. Watch this behind the back, no-look pass from Spencer Minahan to Garrett Gendro, who nails the three. That was a pretty look right there. Panthers up 4 after 3. Fourth quarter, Baps, John Pangburn with the blow-by and the pull-up J. That is good, but finally, Waterville would pull ahead. Chase Bryan goes baseline for the nifty reverse. Panthers run away with it in the fourth, and they win 54-37. All right, let's move on now. Ellsworth and Orono had really the game of the night. 2 unbeatens in B North, and what do you know? It's the B North Championship rematch. Packed house in Down East for this one. Ellsworth up big second quarter, but Orono steadily climbing back. Ben Francis knocks down the jumper here off the pick and roll. And then on the Eagles, it's Chance Mercier, catch and shoot 3. He had a big night yet again. Second half now, Orono still climbing back. Pierce Walston finds Will Francis. He's giving him the business in the post. Strong 2 right here. And then these two would link up again in the second half. A perfectly placed pass from Walston on the lob to Francis. Riots would bring it within 6 from 19. But Ellsworth was just too much. Mercier hits another 3 here, and they go on to win 60-49. They stay unbeaten. Let's check out some other scores from around the area. A busy night on Thursday. Class B North girls, Old Town wins 68-25 over MCI. And the boys also took a win over MCI at MCI. In Class A boys, Nokomis wins over Messalonsky 61-52. Girls also beat Messalonsky. Class C North, Dexter beats Mattanockhook 31-28, and then in Class B North, Caribou girls beat Foxcroft 52-37. Caribou boys would win as well. All right, let's move on now. Let's talk some baseball. It's been a rather disappointing offseason if you're a Red Sox fan, right? Bye-bye Xander Bogaerts. The other day, Nate Eovaldi walked. But this week, Chaim Bloom did something. And I don't know, I kind of like it. The Sox signed former Cleveland ace and 3-time All-Star and 2-time Cy Young winner Corey Kluber to a contract. He won the Cy Young in 2014 and 2017. So he's a few years off from that. He has a 1-year deal worth $10 million. With a club option for 2024. So now in your starting rotation, you roll out Chris Sale, Corey Kluber, Byron Bella for your 1, 2, and 3, and that is a much improved starting rotation from a year ago for the Boston Red Sox. I don't know, despite those big losses, they've made some pretty good moves that I'm a little excited about here come 2023. But pitchers and catchers report in a couple of months. We will see then. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard Parks.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, watch out.
Watch out. The insurance company may try to tell you that you don't need a lawyer.
Watch out. The insurance company may try to settle before you're done with all your medical treatments.
Don't trust that insurance company after your accident. You could miss out on a lot of money. Call the Twos and we'll watch out for you.
Lowry & Associates watched out for me and got me $275,000.
Call the Twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
New Year's Eve magic is in the air from the happiest place on earth to Times Square. Join me and my co-hosts Billy Porter, Sierra, D-Nice, Jesse James Decker, Liza Koshy, and Rosalind Sanchez as we ring in the new year live from New York.
With performances by Dove Cameron, Duran Duran, Faruko, Halle Bailey, J-Ho, New Edition, Wiz Khalifa, and so many more.
It's time to celebrate 2023. Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest live on ABC.
And for your business report, here's Edward Lawrence.
Stocks trying to end 2022 on a positive note. The Dow, S&P 500, and NASDAQ all closed higher on the second to last trading day of the year. Despite Thursday's rally, the markets are on pace for their worst year since 2008. Well, looks like a lot of people were car shopping this month. The car company TrueCar says they expect there will be nearly 1.3 million new vehicle sales in December. That would be a 4% increase from November. And speaking of driving, don't look now, but gas prices are starting to creep up as we head towards the new year. AAA says the national average cost for regular unleaded is now $3.16 a gallon. That's 6 cents higher than a week ago. Mortgage rates are also on the rise. Freddie Mac says the average 30-year fixed rate rose this week to 6.42%. For context, it was 3.22% at the beginning of January. That makes it the biggest calendar year increase on record. That's business. I'm Edward Lawrence.
I was just looking at the forecast for an update, and it looks like kind of a rainy night. Rain moving in tomorrow night, but not bad. A lot of the things are held inside anyway.
Yep.
So if you're going to go out and watch the ball drop or that kind of thing, just bring your raincoat.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Leave your umbrella at home. You don't want to poke anybody in the eye.
I was just thinking that. Here's Devin Biggs.
Hey, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. This aerial flood advisory remains in effect just to the south and west of Lincoln until about 1 o'clock today. I will not be surprised to see that timing changed again. So pretty much until further notice is probably the best way to label this advisory. At this point, they're still dealing with an ice jam in this area that is causing some flooding in a few spots. However, though, we're looking pretty decent out there. Not too much clouds that are showing up on here, but we'll be watching for a mixture of clouds and sunshine. For the general idea, today will be mostly cloudy with some clearing of the skies further down toward the south and west, where high pressure is farther down toward the south. With this warm front lifting off toward the north, we'll see the clouds move away briefly in some spots. But however, again, mostly cloudy will be the general idea today, with breaks in the clouds with high pressure down toward the south. So again, have the sunglasses handy as you have the door. We're watching this system tracking off towards the east. That'll give us some chances for precipitation coming up soon. But in the short term, no futurecast again for most of the afternoon will be mostly cloudy. Breaks in the clouds expected from time to time. Any rain will stay further off toward the north. So overall, we will stay dry, but if you're traveling north, don't be surprised if you notice a few rain showers. Again, moving forward throughout the day on Saturday, we will be looking pretty good before everyone gets an opportunity for rain showers late Saturday night and the parts of Sunday, with some decent rainfall expected in a few areas. So here's the general idea. So the system's going to start moving in from the southwest, going from the north and east, with the rain now will be moving in pretty much Saturday night, and as we head towards Sunday, it'll be a quick mover because by Sunday into Monday, this will be moving out of here, and especially by Monday, we'll be looking pretty dry. So again, how much rain can we possibly see? Nothing too ridiculous on the way. We're talking about maybe an inch or an inch and a half in a few spots. So decent rainfall in spots, but further down to the south, maybe half inch to 3/4 of an inch will be possible. But again, moving forward, again, nothing too ridiculous at this point. Only 2-foot wave heights being noted according to some of the buoys. So courtesy of the calm winds, no advisories in effect along the coast at this time. Our average high is 30 degrees for this time of the year. Middle to upper 40s today, tomorrow, and even into your Sunday. Back in the lower 40s Monday. Warming back up into the mid-40s Tuesday. Lower 50s possibly by Wednesday. Then back in the mid-30s again as we head towards your Thursday. So your forecast for today looks a little bit like this. Mid-40s, mostly cloudy with that south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. As we head towards tonight, mid-30s, mostly cloudy again. That south breeze getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Moving ahead towards tomorrow, upper 40s, mostly cloudy. Slight chance for rain late. That south wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. And here's a look at your extended forecast. So slight chance for rain as we head towards Saturday. Better chances as we head towards Saturday night. And lastly, through Sunday, too, we will have that chance for rain. Maybe late in the day as temperatures fall. We may see a little bit of snow mixing in late. But otherwise, so as we head towards Monday, we start to calm things down. Partly cloudy Monday, highs in the low 40s. And mid-40s on Tuesday with a mostly cloudy sky.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Living in Maine means long, cold winters and hot, humid summers. Whatever the weather, Bangor Heat Pumps is your solution. Open 24/7, Bangor Heat Pumps takes care of you at home or at work. We operate statewide and service all brands and models. Understanding moving can be stressful. We will help move any units you may have. We offer a veterans discount in our home with a Capeless Hero discount. Visit us online at BangorHeatPumpsLLC.com or call or text us at 307-7746. Bangor Heat Pumps.
Maine's #1 Kia dealer, Van Sickle Kia, has you covered. Front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, hybrid, or fully electric. Brand new 2023 Kia Sportage, Sorento, Soul, Forte, and more. Check out the all-new 2023 Kia Niro Hybrid with 54 mpg highway, or the affordable Sporty Forte with 41 mpg highway. Plus, get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, the best in the business.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
When you do interviews like this, you always wonder what it's going to be like looking into the eyes of a killer. But Wendy doesn't look or act like any of the killers I've talked to.
Why did you decide to do this network interview?
2020, tonight on ABC. The law.
I've been a judge for 40 years. Don't waste my time.
If you break it,
You didn't pay rent.
you'll pay for it.
It's my show. Nobody cares whether you have a personality or not.
Weeknights at 5 on ABC7.
The world of soccer is mourning the loss of a legend. Pele passed away Thursday at the age of 82.
The Brazilian superstar is being remembered for his extraordinary career. Fox's Lauren Blanchard is taking a closer look at his career.
Brazilian athlete Pele changed the way the world viewed soccer. Now the world says goodbye. He died Thursday at 82 years old in a hospital in Sao Paulo after a battle with colon cancer.
Pele was a game changer. He reinvented football.
Born Edson Arantes do Nascimento in 1940 to an impoverished family, the Brazilian forward known as Pele joined the national team at just 16 years old. He went on to play in 4 World Cups and won 3, still the only player to ever do so. Pele transformed the sport in Brazil. He was a national treasure for his skill on the pitch, and he became an advocate for the poor. His jersey number 10 was iconic, FIFA calling him the greatest player. The tributes pouring out, fellow Brazilian soccer star Neymar posting online, quote, "He turned football into art, into entertainment, gave voice to the poor, blacks, and mostly gave visibility to Brazil." Soccer legend Cristiano Ronaldo writing, "A mere goodbye to the eternal King Pele will never be enough to express the pain that the entire football world is currently embracing." Pele played more than 1,300 games with almost as many goals. He was instrumental in popularizing soccer. His time on and off the field helped dub it the beautiful game.
I think that everybody could relate to him, too, because he came from nothing.
In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Oh, I remember he was such a big star when I was younger, and he inspired so many other kids to go out there and play soccer. He was just amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy that he was able to see the whole World Cup, and now he's gone.
Yeah.
But 2022 lost a lot of great people.
Yeah, when looking back at the year-enders with all the people that have passed away this year, some really notable ones there too.
Right.
Pretty sad.
Yep.
All right. On that note, wah wah.
Yeah, I mean that's the end of our show.
Yeah, we're going to be continuing on Fox 22, but you can watch Good Morning America next. They'll have some happier news for you, I hope.
Right.
Yeah, we will too.
Have a good Friday.